I'd like to start off by saying thank you to the board of directors here at Ascend for nominating me as the valedictorian of the class. I know you had a difficult decision there on your hands. Yeah, but no, for real, thank you so much to the parents and relatives and the grandparents for all coming out. This is a really big, special day for me, so I really appreciate you being here. Even if your parents force you to come, you get free cake, so I don't really want to make any plans. Thank you so much to my dad for preparing that beautiful slideshow of my face. I know he worked really hard on that, and it annoyed him a lot, so thank you for that and being such a great role model in my life. Thank you to my mom for preparing a lot of today and tomorrow and making sure this is a really special time for me. I have amazing parents, and I feel just amazingly blessed to have you as parents, and I love you both a lot. So thank you for everything. Shout out to all my siblings. There's too many of you to thank you all, but you're all great, and I love you all a lot. And you're all really great most of the time. So, but yeah, thank you all for coming today. As I was thinking about what I wanted to say in this speech, I realized I've given a lot of formal presentations and formal speeches in my life, so I decided, since this is my last one of high school, that I would just speak more from my heart and just share a story from my past that I learned a lot through. So, story time. 5 or 6 years ago, I loved sports when I was younger, if you don't know that, and hear from my dad's speech. I loved sports, and sports were where I found my identity, and I just loved every second I could play sports. And I was pretty good too, like I thought I was the best in the world. But, you know, looking back on it now, I wasn't the best, but I was pretty good. So yeah, I loved sports, and one day I was outside bowling a bunch of fools in the street, and I shot a jump shot, and my arm popped. And I was like, that's weird. And it didn't really seem like a big deal at the time because, you know, it just popped, and I was like, it didn't hurt that bad. But it turned out to be a big deal. And basically, I was injured for a really long time. So I wasn't able to play sports for about 3 years, and with sports being like my everything, I got really sad. So basically, I got this injury at the start of the time. We didn't figure out what it was for a long time, and we tried things to help it, but my arms wouldn't stop hurting. We put it in a cast for about 6 months, and that made it way worse. But it got to the point where I hadn't used my arms at all, so the muscles were fatigued, and it hurt so bad I could barely lift like a 2-pound weight above my head. So in the end, through moving here during that time and going from middle school to high school sports and having that injury, I kind of just thought the world was ending. So I got really sad, and I don't tell you this to make you feel sorry for me or anything like that. I tell you that because it affected my life a lot, and it affected the way I think about things. And one of the main things it affected in my life was the relationships I have with people and the way I connect to people. So if you don't know, well, yeah, in my opinion, relationships are the most important and impactful thing in your life. Okay, relationships are how you connect to people, how you learn to love them, how you understand them, how you grow closer to them, and the most important relationship in your life is your relationship with God. So I'd just like to share 2 things that I learned through my experiences about relationships that I've been working on a lot recently. And if you get nothing else out of this speech, just remember these 2 things, okay? So number 1, open, honest communication about everything in a relationship is how you grow the relationship and how it gets better. So one of the reasons I love my mom so much, and she's been so special in my life, is because anytime I've done anything embarrassing or hard or sad or gone through anything, she's always been there for me to go to her, and I can just open up and talk to her. And after I say things, it makes you feel better. It's like a weight lifts off your chest, and you bring things into the light. So if you keep things in the darkness and you don't tell people things, they grow, and they grow, and they grow, and they can get really big and really scary really fast. So a small thing can become a really big, scary deal if you don't bring it into the light and just tell someone about it, okay? So always have someone to just tell things and just communicate openly. So number 1 is just communicate. Number 2, find things, this is especially when you're younger, but I've been working on it a lot recently, and throughout life it's good to work on. Find things that you absolutely love and adore and are passionate about and make you feel alive, and just do them more. Okay, I spent a lot of my time when I was younger just kind of being bored, waiting for the next time I could play video games, or feeling sorry for myself. And I wish I had spent that time finding more things that I love and just doing them. Okay? I spent time stressing about the future, stressing about what grades I would get and what people would think of me. And if I just did things more, I realize now that failure is how you succeed in life. Okay, so I've always been really afraid of failure, and if you're afraid of failure like me, don't be. Failure is the only way that you can learn in life, and that's the only way you can grow and mature and learn things. Okay, so failure is bad if you just shut down when you fail. But if you fail forward and you learn from your failures, failure is one of the best things that can happen to you in your life. So number one, always communicate openly in relationships. And number two, find things you absolutely love and just do them. It will bring so much joy into your life and grow relationships. One thing I didn't say that I'd like to add. So one thing that I love is Legos. If you don't know that about me, you've probably never been in my room. But I absolutely love Legos, and let me tell you, when I'm in my room alone and it's just quiet and I'm building Legos, I never feel more close to God than in that time. Because I know that He's right there building with me, and I can say anything and I can think anything, and He's right there. So just remember, communicate openly always, and find things that you love and just do them. I know they're really simple things, but they're things that I've needed to work on in my life and I struggle with a lot. So I appreciate you listening to me talk for just a little bit. Again, thank you to all of you so much for such an amazing high school career. My teachers, I love you guys so much, and you're all fantastic. I'll end with this. So when I was a little boy, one of my favorite artists was Michael Jackson. And if there's one thing that I learned from Michael Jackson, it's if you want to make the world a better place, you just got to take a look at yourself in that mirror and make the change.
It really makes us feel better about nominating you valedictorian.